And guess what? Guess what time it is? Boom shakalaka! And you know this. Yes. Welcome everybody. We gotta clap because we in a great, wonderful new setting. Chaveevah, we got the best guest. It's Boom Shakalaka O'Clock in the 319.
Absolutely. And what can I say? Every single Friday we have the best guest. I got 3 words. Amazing.
Amazing. We got Big Q and we're at Big Q's new business venture. Welcome, Big Q.
How you doing?
Thank you so much for inviting us. And we have Mr. Frank Magsmen.
Yes, hi. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And we've noticed that Frank is the coolest man around. He walked in here with his sunglasses on, and I just thought for sure you were, instead of Frank, I thought your name should be something like Joe. Like Joe Cool.
Joe Cool.
Okay.
Never been accused of that.
Okay. Well, we know you're an avid public servant, and we certainly appreciate your service in everything you've done. And we're going to talk to you about the honor flight. So we want our viewers to stay tuned, you guys, because we got a great show ahead.
Yes, absolutely. And then we'll talk to Q afterwards about this wonderful thing that we got going on here. Yes, we're using our outdoor voices even though we're inside. And if you hear that, you know what that is? That's the sound of progress, okay?
Right. We got a lot of progress going on, and we like to start out with good stuff happening on the north end of town where we come from. But we know everything's happening all over the world, but we're going to focus on that first. What do we got, Chaveevah?
Well, right off the bat, starting tomorrow, the Waterloo Urban Farmers Market is going to be happening. I love that when the farmers market opens up for the, first day of the season. So yeah.
Yes. Frank, have you been at the farmers market?
I have, and you always find something that really fits into what you have been looking for, so that you can plan your meal around it and you can enjoy the locally grown foods.
Exactly. And how important is that? We're all trying to eat healthier, right? and we all want to eat healthy, and we also know that the farmers market has much, much more than just produce nowadays.
Green tomatoes.
Green tomatoes!
Green
Oh,
tomatoes.
yes. It won't be long for that, right, Q?
That's what I go to the farmer market for, is to get the green tomatoes.
Okay, all right. And what else do we know that's happening on the north end?
Oh, man.
Sid Simpson.
That's...
I think he's having this great big throwdown affair that everybody's going to be a part of, so we want to talk about that a little bit. Do you know Sid Simpson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, he's having a great memorial type fundraising event that's going to be going on the 14th of May. So stay tuned for that. And we want to thank your beautiful daughter, Cheyenne, for hanging out behind the cameras for us.
Definitely, they get to meet her. I think a few people might have seen her on social media, but they finally get to meet my first princess, the first love of my life.
Oh, and she
Cheyenne Richardson. So.
Oh, yes. She is beautiful and very accommodating. She made us feel welcome. And thank you, Cheyenne. You're going to get to meet her in just a minute, so stay tuned. And birthday people, we heard Frank and Richardson have been practicing. Frank and Quenton.
Practicing what?
Birthday song. You know the Stevie Wonder version, right?
No.
Okay, he said no. He's going to be honest. But stay tuned because we got some great stuff coming up, and you're going to get to meet Cheyenne. So the other great thing is Big Q. You've got 2 stores now.
I got 2 stores now.
Wow. Talk about it for us.
Me first?
Just for a minute. We're going to get back to it.
Okay,
So
well,
tell everybody where we are.
well, we're at Crossroads Mall, and this is my new business venture. Crossroads was bought by a new company that bought College Square and Crossroads, and they're about to do some major renovations. I chose to come over here because the amusement park is opening up next summer, but right behind the mall, as well as a Nike outlet, and a lot of stuff is going to be coming to this area. So just got a little jump on them ahead, just a little bit ahead of the game, but when it comes to business, you got to think ahead and not for what's going on now. So just thinking ahead. I'm going to be part part of the change that we need to have in Waterloo.
Great. We're going to talk more about
Definitely.
that. And everybody needs to know about Purvis Williams, Chaveevah.
Oh, absolutely. Last year, he started something called Adopt a Senior, and it basically was to help out our high school seniors have a little bit better of experience with the COVID-19. You know, they missed out on so much, missed out on their graduation, prom, different things like that. So with Adopt a Senior, it helped to make a more positive experience for the seniors, and where you adopt a senior and they received gifts, cards, and all this kind of stuff from the community to show their appreciation.
That's right. So shout out to Purvis. And at this time, I think we're going to talk about something that's really special. I bet you're a retired fireman.
That's correct.
Right, firefighter, I think is a politically correct way to say it. And you guys probably have copies of the
Oh my goodness.
Soul
Town.
Town. And while you're talking about that, I think I'm going to have Cheyenne come on.
Okay. Yes, the Soul Town magazine is not just nationwide, it's worldwide, and it started right here in Waterloo, Iowa by Chaveevah. We have one of the writers of the, yes. Why,
Okay.
yes.
Oh, yes,
And
that's
advice
right.
columnist that really, some great stuff. I like to get that point of view, different, what a man has to say about things as opposed to what a woman has to say about sometimes the same topic. So there are so many things, but I mean, if for nothing else, it's worth getting this magazine to check that out. So by all means, if you want to get it, check out, go to thesoultownmagazine.com, or you can purchase it at Earth's Beauty Supply, or you can check out Chillin' at area code 319-505-4020. Yes, indeed.
All right, well, thank you. And what was you talking about last month?
Oh, on the Soul Time?
Right, Chaveevah, what was his article about?
What it was about, I thought it was really interesting. You were basically, the advice you were giving is to basically not string somebody along.
What do you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody asked about their, I think this relationship is over, but I don't know if I should move on just yet, because they were trying to, I guess, make it convenient. And you were like, no. If you really care about the person, don't use them as a convenience. Just,
Right, and I want to say this. The reason why I'm able to say these things is because I've already been in these situations myself. So like we've said before, nobody claims to be perfect. Like, I know everything about relationships, but what I do know is what worked for me and what didn't work. And that's one thing that doesn't work, and it's not fair to somebody that you really care about.
there you go.
That's right.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. All right. Okay. Just switching things up just a little bit. But you just have to acknowledge sometimes when you have a loss in the community, and condolences to the family of Nisa Neal, who recently passed. She was, very well known, I guess, in the community, and just the week before that, we also suffered the loss of Taja Terrell. So we just, again, want to let everybody know that we have you in our hearts and minds, and send out prayers and condolences.
All right, thank you, Chaveevah. Yeah, we had a little technical difficulty. There's always something good happening on the north end, and sometimes there's something bad happening on this new cell phone of mine. I promise you, Androids, just for you users, Androids are much more user-friendly, Cheyenne. That's just my opinion.
Thank you. I'm Team Android
Oh,
too.
my goodness.
Comment below, everybody. Tell us, what are you guys? Are you
Thank you, right.
Are you team iPhone or team Android?
Yeah, can we throw that in here? Team
Yeah,
iPhone, Team Android.
Exactly. Tell us who you prefer, because I'm fixing to take this one back. Anyway, back to the show. And hi, Cindy. And for those of you who are just tuning in, we are at Big Q's, and we are here with Frank Magsmen and Quenton Richardson and his lovely daughter Cheyenne Richardson, who has her own business that we're going to talk about in just a moment. But we said we talked about the Soul Town, and Q, we love you in there. We have a Give It Air at Chaveevah. Let's talk about that, because sometimes on our show we like to talk about difficult subjects that aren't always talked about. And today I think our subjects are like race relations are in the news right now a lot. So we would be remiss if we didn't kind of talk a little bit about these things. So this week we're talking about interracial families.
Right. Last time we basically were sort of thinking with so many things going on that it's good for all of us to try to protect our mental health, right, and your emotions, because there's so many things going on. There's another thing that's sort of another perspective, and we had posted it on our wall, and that is in the midst of these things that are going on that are race related, sometimes we have people who are caught right in the middle, and that is biracial people that are sometimes trying to be a bridge between what's going on with their black family and their white family. And sometimes that can be kind of touchy. And one of the questions I wanted to ask you, Rock, I mean, has there been any conversation, any discussion between you and your white family or friends about the things that are going on, like with George Floyd, for example?
Actually, yes, and I told you to put me on the spot, right, because I didn't know what she was going to ask. But the one conversation that I've had with my sister, who lives on a rural farm, is that she just thought that people should comply when they're stopped by the police. And at that point, there are some times when I get frustrated because I've talked about this kind of stuff all my life, and sometimes I wanted to give up and not talk about it anymore. But at that point, I think I said something you and I talked about, Chaveevah. It's like, duh, you think people haven't thought about that? So you comply, you get shot. You do this, you get shot. All these things are happening over and over. And also, when you think about complying and peacefulness, Martin Luther King was peaceful, and he got killed. So there's no right way. And so at certain times, I kind of try to talk to my white family about it, but there are times that I think that they should just talk with each other and maybe include me in after they've discussed it and have their own opinions. I don't know. And most families are interracial now. You guys got white folks in your family? Anybody?
Probably way back in the day.
Way back in the day?
Yeah.
No,
ain't no probably to it, for sure we do.
Okay,
yeah,
sure, yeah.
But not immediate, though.
Right, yeah. But yeah, so there.
And I for sure do.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, there's a, well, you never know. You got white people in your family, yeah, but I'm just saying, so you can't assume anything. Nowadays, you can't imagine who's in whose families and what you can say, like it used to be back in the old days, you know, so.
Can I interject?
Please.
I'd be interested to see what his viewpoint is on that, on compliance and what's going on right now, just from a different perspective.
Well, I guess, I don't speak from experience on this. So, but I have seen that there is a situation when young black individuals have to, I guess, be in the environment where there's potential that they could be stopped by law enforcement. I think to them it must be a completely different view than if I were to be stopped by law enforcement. I don't have any experience to say that. In the workplace, we've had white, black, but it's not the same as being, in a situation where you may be stopped either by no fault of your own,
right,
by something that you have done, and what your perception is how you're going to be treated. I would guess that I probably have a completely different thought if I get stopped by a highway patrol, city police, than perhaps a black individual would. So I can't speak of how a black individual, man or woman's going to feel about it. I can, from my perspective, is that I don't have a fear of being stopped. Only I don't want to pay a traffic fine.
There you go. Right. And it can be
I don't have the fear that I'm going to be stopped, and I have the perception that if you're black, perhaps that is something.
It could cost your life when you're stopped if there's one wrong move. So yeah, I tell my son, like most black parents do, to make sure that you comply. But in the heat of the moment, I'm not sure that'll happen.
And I guess I've never told that to my son or daughter.
Right, because you figure they'll get a traffic ticket and come home and we'll talk about it, right?
That's right.
But yeah.
So the violation is the biggest issue, and not being stopped.
Great. Well, you got that perspective.
Sure.
There you go. All right. Chaveevah, that was a great question. And do we have any, I don't think we have any comments, but we do have some viewers, and we want to thank you guys for watching. One of your great supporters, Muggs Langan, is on. You know her. Is she Muggs? You know Muggs.
Yes.
Yeah, you bet. So anyway, we want to keep on going, and we have some more stuff to talk about. Chaveevah?
Well, we could talk about our guests last week. We had Matt Gibbon from Wilbur Auto Salvage, and it was initially I thought that was just the only connection with him as far as being the auto salvage, but he's on the Human Rights Commission. So it's been really, really interesting to get a chance to talk to him, under different circumstances. But he was really a great guest, and we appreciated having him on.
Right, and what about High Five Fridays? You know about that, Q?
I think so. Tell me a little bit more about it.
RLCA. Do you know about Royal Legacy Christian Academy?
No, I'm not.
No? How about you?
I've heard of it.
All right. Well, it's where the old Sacred Heart building was. Chaveevah, talk about it.
Okay, Royal Legacy Christian Academy has High Five Fridays, and with their High Five Friday, they encourage the community to give the students a high five by donating $5, at least $5. You can, give more, nothing against that. And you can do that by hitting them at their Cash App at $RLCA Waterloo, or through PayPal at rlcawaterloo.org/support.
Right. And if you're watching us today live on Facebook, we thank you for watching, but you can also watch us on WCTV on Saturday mornings, Frank, Mediacom. Did you know that?
I did not.
Okay, check us out. Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock, as well as Fridays at 4.
And we want to encourage people to like this video and share it.
If you like and share this video today, you will be able to win what from Big Q's?
Oh, I gotta give them some today. I give them some advice this week.
Give them some advice,
Yeah,
okay?
give 'em some advice. No, you know what? If they like it,
Like and
something
share.
Come tomorrow, we'll give them something. Whoever. We could get something together for a couple people.
Okay.
We gotta make them jump through some hoops.
Okay, we're gonna make them
A
jump.
little bit more than like the video. What you think they should?
No, they should
What else do
like
they have to do?
Follow
it.
you on Instagram. They have to like it. 'Cause
Like
you guys'
it.
Instagram pages up and running, right?
Yes.
We need to get those Instagram followers up for. So do you have what's your Instagram tag? Do you remember?
Rocki and Chaveevah, North End Update.
Okay.
That's it.
At Rocki and Chaveevah.
Right.
North End Update.
That's right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you like our Instagram page and say you did it, and make sure we know you did it.
Yep. Screenshot it. Do something. We
Screenshot
gotta
it.
know they did both of them.
Right. Okay. Hi, Travis. Chris is watching, and I know you have a lot of people that follow you too. All right, so we got to find out about this honor flight. We're going to go down the road because we got some great
Go down the
guests.
road,
We're going to talk to you, Frank. Tell us about this honor flight. How did you get started on it? And tell us what made you want to do this?
Well, it really started 10 years ago. At that time, I was a Blackhawk County Board of Supervisor, and my office was across from Supervisor Craig White.
Oh.
One day, I heard him talking about being approached to look at doing honor flights out of Waterloo. Prior to us doing them out of Waterloo, they were done in the Eastern Iowa honor flights out of Cedar Rapids. So I stuck my head in his office and said, what's going on? Is there anything I can help with? Well, he said yes. And we started out by going down to Cedar Rapids, the Eastern Iowa honor flight, learning about what it would take to put on an honor flight. Well, when Craig and I found out what was entailed in doing that, on our ride home, we kind of looked at each other and said, you know, the price of this is something we had expected. So when we found out it was going to cost around $100,000 to have World War II veterans go out to Washington, D.C. and see all of the monuments and memorials that are out there dedicated to those who had been in the service. We got back and we were just trying to figure out how we could ever do this. Pat Kenny, who was with the Waterloo Courier, somehow found out that we were thinking about doing this, so he asked when our first flight was going to be. We obviously hadn't started to raise any money, did not have any money in the bank to put on these honor flights, and Craig got a call from an individual who has been a longtime friend of his, Skeet Meehy, and he invited Craig out to his business, and he sat down and he started to write out a check.
Wow.
And by the time he was done, he had enough zeros to make it $100,000.
Oh my goodness! I thought you was gonna have to call Big Q.
Yeah.
But you got Frank. You got me. You might have to call him if it keeps up, right?
No, he got bigger friends than I do.
Okay.
So we were able to get the first honor flight off, and you know, last year we were shut down because of the COVID.
Oh yeah, I bet.
But in 2019 we got our 25th flight off. So due to the support of this community and by the counties around us, because we cover a 5-county area and beyond, we were able to continue to raise funds to put these honor flights on, hold variety shows, hold other kinds of fundraisers,
Right.
people sending in their checks.
Wow.
You can look at, we've done 25 flights that cost $100,000 now plus. And by doing that, we were able to take between 90 and 100 veterans out on each of these honor flights.
Amazing.
They all have a guardian that goes with those that need to have wheelchairs,
Yeah.
or special treatment. But there's a guardian for 3 to 5 other veterans that they volunteer to go out and be on that and pay their own way.
Wow.
Now, Rocki and
Can we
I-
give
yeah.
them a hand? I mean, thank you so much for heading this up.
So
And
you
yeah.
know, the thank you goes to the people who have contributed the
Sure.
money to do it. We have an extremely valuable board that
Good.
oversees this, that does all the detail work, because every flight you have to contact and go through the applications that people had sent in to go on that. So we started out with World War II, then we moved to Korea, then to Vietnam, and we are now doing those 3, and we'll obviously look to the future if we continue to get funds and how we can serve other veterans. But
Wow.
Rocki
We've
and I
got
have
to.
been to the airport when they were having the honor flight, and it's not even just going there. It's when the veterans come back. They get basically a hero's welcome. We have
Right,
all this
it's
stuff
amazing.
Going on at the airport, a band playing, just all kind of stuff happening.
Fan for
Yeah.
how?
Showing some recognition.
the Waterloo Airport is packed
Yes.
to capacity, and it's not just family members. It's members of our community, and the firefighters come out there and they provide their critical services. Many times we'll have paramedics that go on the honor flight. We have the law enforcement that is there, and they go out of their way to welcome the veterans back. So
Wow.
we have hundreds of people out to the airport welcoming these veterans back.
Amazing. Such a great venture, and we
Yes,
certainly
it's been
appreciate your
one of the
participation.
best experiences that I've been able to be involved with.
Wow, what does that say? I mean, that says so much. We've got to ask you before we let you go, how can people get a hold of you? And what's the process for, like, say, we have someone that wants to be on one of these honor flights, like my dad was, and it was amazing.
Yeah, there is an application for the veterans to fill out, and there's an application for the guardians to fill out. Our local Hy-Vee have been a great sponsor throughout these 10 years.
Okay.
And those applications can be picked up at any of the Hy-Vee stores.
All right, that's
Waterloo,
good to
Cedar
know.
Falls, and Waverly. So they can be picked up at any of those Hy-Vee stores. So when you go to the Hy-Vee store, stop and ask them for a veterans application and for a guardian's application.
All right. At any Hy-Vee, I mean, you couldn't have made it any easier, Frank.
Well, they made it easy for us.
Oh,
You know, they've sponsored every time we send the flight out. They sponsor the meal beforehand so that we can have the orientation so everybody knows what to expect. But they've supported those meals at no cost,
wow.
and every flight out they provide a breakfast menu at the airport for the veterans.
Wow.
So they have continued, and they've sponsored other fundraisers, and I think in June we'll see another one of them for Hy-Vee.
Awesome.
So with corporate sponsors, I might mention that John Deere Corporation also sponsored a flight. They paid the entire cost of the flight.
Okay, well, Frank, I always heard you as a quiet guy, but all I gotta do is ask you about the honor flight, huh?
So
And
we
you
have to
just-
have something to say that's worthwhile.
I'm telling you, it certainly is. Can we applaud him one more time? Not you, not only you, but all that you've done. We know you've been an avid community servant, retired firefighter, city council member. I mean,
County board of supervisors. That's
county
city
board.
council.
It's different. Yeah, see, I don't get real political, and you can tell, right? But thank you so much for all you do and being on our show today.
I thank you for the opportunity, because I think it's important that all of our communities, those who have served, been veterans, take the opportunity to go out to Washington, D.C., and to experience with other veterans that have served. And we've had many stories come out that after they return home, is the first time they've ever shared their experience with their family.
Wow. Well, thank you so much again. Now you're going to get ready for tonight, because you know tonight this part of the show was all about you, but tonight it's about Big Q and his new store and his beautiful daughter. Are you going to be here for the runway show tonight?
Absolutely.
Oh, shoot. Here we go. And Frank, you got to shop, so you're going to stick around and find out what these fashions are, right? Because we know you like to shop at Big Q's. You go wear some of this hip-hop stuff, get your rapping on, and we're going to sing before you go, okay? Okay? Okay.
We'll see.
Chaveevah, we want to talk to Cheyenne. Cheyenne, tell us a little bit. We're going right down the road. Tell us a little bit about...
Hi everyone.
Hey.
So I own a eyelash cosmetics vending machine business. I actually got started in the vending machine business about 1.5 years ago. And I remember calling my dad and I told him, like, I have a really cool idea for a vending machine. And at the time, this was something different. And I got my start with my first machine that I bought off of Craigslist for $200. And I put it at my brother's music studio up north Chicago. It's called Goat House. So if you guys,
Everybody's so artistic in your family, creative. Yes.
So my brother has a music studio called Goat House. You can follow him on Instagram.
One of the hottest in the city of Chicago.
Of
Yeah.
course.
No exaggeration, but we don't never talk about that. But go ahead.
Okay,
So
yes.
I put my first vending machine there. And shortly, I just loved it. I was like, I love being in the vending machine business. I'm a woman, so naturally I love like the beauty industry. So I'm like, how can I mesh the two? So I thought of the eyelash vending machine.
And they're so popular now.
Yeah,
Everybody
they
got
are.
these big
How has
popping.
that been going?
It's been going very well. Actually, tomorrow will be my 6th month in business. So I'll officially be in business for 6 months. And I actually have 8 locations now.
Wow.
Yes. So I have 4 locations currently, but I did just sign a lease for 4 more locations.
Oh my.
So it's very exciting. And for all the local people watching, I may be in Iowa soon. So
Awesome. And will we be able to talk to you more at length tonight at the runway
Yes.
show? Because you might even have some. Do you have anything that you can
I
share?
actually do have something.
Can I buy
can
some
share.
things
I do
tonight?
have something.
Okay. Okay, Chaveevah been thinking about lashing up here, so we'll see what we can work out.
Oh, so you guys can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can even go to my website, Benir Blinks, BENIR Blinks, and that's with everything. So
Okay, right.
Clap it up for my beautiful daughter.
Yes, yes. Frank, did you need to write that down? Benir Blinks.
I'm sure there's something that I could use.
I know there is. I know there is. Chaveevah.
Oh,
Big Q. We talking to
You skipping
Q.
over her?
Chaveevah, yes,
No,
let's
we were going
interview
down the
you.
line.
Right, we're gonna go down
She
the
gotta say
line.
something positive.
Who is this woman
you
anyway?
know what? See, everybody, okay, y'all watch this show every week. You know me. I'm the laid back, more quiet person. And I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm just a guest.
Okay, well you are. How about that?
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, now let's see.
Actually, we're here to talk to Q, Chaveevah.
Absolutely.
Talk to me. Ask me.
Chaveevah.
Go ahead and ask away. What do you want to know?
Okay, so how long have you been? How long has this been in the works? I know you've been keeping it.
Under the wrap. So
Yes.
it's been
Yes,
in the
sneaking
works
in and out.
for about 6 months. So I had an opportunity. I had some friends that are going to be doing business at College Square Mall, and they let me know that a new company named Namdar bought both malls, and they have like 160 malls across the United States, including some of the malls that my daughter machines are at. And obviously they're going to invest in the mall in order to make it better and to try to bring it back. But Crossroads, they're investing in this mall because the amusement park, the multi-million-dollar amusement park, is getting built over in this neighborhood, as well as other things. So I thought about it, and thought about it long and hard, and decided that I would be willing to take a chance and expand my business and bring it this way. One of the reasons why I did that is because my old business is in the urban neighborhood. It's on the north end, but which is great, but it limits me to only people who are comfortable with coming over there. Not to mention there's a lot of different things that go on over in that neighborhood, which discourages actually people that live over there from shopping.
Sure.
Now, I don't want to get it twisted. We do well over there and we make money over there, but this is an opportunity for me to to keep all my old customers, but to also meet new customers.
Expansion.
Yeah, expansion, and to be able to deal with other people. So what I did was I actually sat around this mall for about 2 or 3 weeks. I would just come here after I got off work and would just sit around the mall and just watch, just to see what the traffic was looking like, because everybody complains, oh, there's nothing going on at the mall. But yet, and still, I see people out here looking around though. There's nothing going on, but you're here. And then I also noticed that Finish Line and Foot Locker and Journeys are here with long-term leases. They're not going anywhere, which I did my investigation on that, which is beneficial for me as a clothing store. So I don't care if there's no other clothing store here. As long as I'm right by Finish Line and Foot Locker and people are able to buy shoes and then possibly come into my location and buy something to match with their shoes. I mean, we'll see some of this stuff later tonight. We got plenty of it to go with all colors and all schemes. It was a no-brainer. Not to mention the Namdar, in order to get people in here, they started off with a really low rate on square footage to get people in. They're going up because other people have signed leases here, but some people are waiting until the summer to come in or whenever they feel comfortable with. But for me, I needed to get in here and get to the money right away. So we remodeled it, and tonight we can look a little bit more at some details and some things we're doing. We got a lot of cool custom stuff which they can't see
Tonight, do I get to do a 360 before we leave today?
For sure.
Okay, great.
For sure. And so yeah, it was a no-brainer. Basically expanding, being able to tap into other markets. There are Caucasian individuals that will shop. There are Africans, there are Bosnians, there are Hispanic people that I have never seen before in my life that I've sat in this mall and watched walk into Finish Line, Foot Locker, and walk around this mall aimlessly with nowhere to go. And I need some of those people to be my customers.
So now they have another somewhere else to go.
They have another place that they can go to get this type of clothing. And I don't care what anybody says, you're not gonna, this is the only place you're going to be able to get a lot of this stuff. So.
Oh, and your stuff is so colorful, and it's the right season.
Right.
You know, everybody's looking for that special tee or those special shorts. Right,
yeah,
right.
Shorts, all that.
Frank likes to wear bright colors, right?
Yeah, absolutely. There, you also have a resource. You have a row of hotels within 2 or 3 blocks from here.
That's
Thank you.
right.
And I think you got a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
I think once everyone knows where your location is, the easy access into it here, and the quality that I see on the walls here, and you as the individual, that's what's going to make it.
Wow. Isn't that
I appreciate that. And you know what? It's like, one thing my friend told me, when people come from out of town, not right now we'll be fine, but once more people come into town, the only 2 things they want to do is eat and shop. So if they're going to go to the amusement park, if they're going to come down here to hang out and go to what's going to be the biggest amusement park in the state of Iowa, over at Adventureland, it's getting built right behind us.
Exactly.
In the country.
Oh, they're saying in the country, one of the bigger ones?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The existing one is already in the top 20. So the new one's going to be one of the largest.
Okay, so you heard it from him, and he was on the board of director. Our
There
new
you
store
go.
is going to be located by one of the biggest amusement parks in the country. And when they come here and they have fun with their kids and they hang out, they're going to come and they're going to want to eat at all these restaurants surrounding this mall. And they're going to come in here, and if they find something, they do. If they don't, they don't. But I'm going to be here to serve them if they need my help.
All
Can I
right.
piggyback off of that?
What's that? Yes,
I wanna
please.
piggyback off what my dad said. So I really feel like people should really listen, because I really feel like he just gave great business advice as far as like, you want to be around businesses that are winning. You want to be around businesses that have been in business for a long time.
That's
and
right.
Although I'm in a different industry, I do the same thing when I'm placing my vending machines. I want to be next to the woman-based clothing stores. I want to be next to Forever 21. I want to be next to Victoria's Secret.
Sure.
I tell these to the malls, because it's nothing wrong with wanting to piggyback off of somebody else's customers. 'Cause, that's how you do business. And then additionally, I lost my thought, what I was going to say. Oh, additionally, another thing that I recognize that he said is that he wants everybody to come here. He doesn't want, to be in an area where people, feel like they can't shop there, or where people feel like this is only for a certain ethnicity or whatever. He wants everyone to be able to come here and shop. So I think that's something that is great.
Yes, well, we commend you for actually moving out here. You're in Waterloo. I mean, that's a good thing. We love it. So, and we don't want people to be invisibly afraid of downtown, the metro area, or the North End. It's just that you want to branch out a little bit. So that's
We have to
thing.
be honest about the situation. Like, a lot of our businesses that's in our community only service our people.
Okay.
Okay, so that's just, we
That's
know
the
that.
truth.
We've been there
That's
long enough. Like,
right, you
people
know.
are not going to ride out of there unless you have a product that nobody else has, and they have to, they're not going to skip over a product that they can get in their own neighborhood to go to another neighborhood that a lot of people feel is more dangerous than the neighborhood that they live in. It's just a no-brainer. So I will always love and service the east side of the community, but I need to open my doors to more people. Yes.
Okay, we have a few comments here. Mary Cagley says her grandson's always flying when possible, but we pray when he's out. I think she's talking about the honor flight. Yeah, and I like it. Oh, my phone doesn't have a button. They're trying to tell us that they share it on Instagram. They want some of that free stuff you're giving out. Yeah, Linda Matlock, thank you for watching. Okay, well, Q, you know, we're going to be coming back, and I think we're going to really talk to you about your heart and soul and about the business. We're going to talk about your love life.
This business right here. This is a new logo, by the way.
Oh, that's the
logo,
business. We're going to talk about your love life, too.
Logo right
like
here.
to bust people out. There you go.
Let me see. I got somebody loud out here, and they really can.
Oh, can people guess what this is? What Skyline this is?
Oh, he wants to put his address out. What's that?
Some of my friends waiting to come in.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were trying to show us
She
the
made
back of your
these.
shirt.
No, I was. Well, the back. We're doing a live show, bro.
Okay, hi.
We'll see.
I was telling
We'll
people,
see you in a
We
minute.
wonder.
Can anybody guess what Skyline this is?
What Skyline? Frank already guessed it.
Frank
I
guessed
think.
Yeah.
Frank did. What'd you say, Frank?
It's a Chicago.
Yeah,
She made these shirts for me. So what it has is on the back is the logo, is the address. Thank you, baby.
Okay.
And this is actually my sign. We'll look at the sign later on. We have the coolest 14-foot by 5-foot sign that's out there that changes colors, and this is actually off of my sign. So.
Oh, that sign. We can't wait, Chaveevah.
Right, absolutely. And yep, you know we'll be back here for the India's Friday runway. But right now, I think it's about time for us to
Sing happy birthday.
shout out our birthday people.
That's
Absolutely.
right. And Frank, do you know the Stevie Wonder version?
I do not.
Okay, well you know how to clap.
Can we get help from my carpenter? There.
Yes,
there.
Darren. That's out there in Montgomery. I think we got room for him to stand right over there.
Is he trying to sneak out?
There you go.
Sneak out. Come on in for a minute.
Man, I was trying
man,
to-
come on, man. We ain't doing that, man. It's like, come on in the shop, man. We got to sing happy birthday, man.
It's time to sing happy birthday because we always have the best birthday people. You want to be on camera, don't you?
You just need my voice, right?
No, we need your persona.
Yeah, we need Theron Montgomery, Coach T, to step in the footage.
Of course.
And I want to send a shout out to my friend, one of my best friends in the whole wide world, major in the community, working with the kids, coaching, wonderful father, wonderful husband, everybody knows it, but also a wonderful carpenter who has a side business. So if you need any side work done, reach out to him. He helped me build my store, and I appreciate him. So he's going to sing happy birthday by himself right now.
He's still talking about, that was about him.
That was about him.
I can't wait till you introduce me.
I got you.
Okay.
Let's do these birthdays right
All
quick,
right,
y'all.
let's do it.
Okay, happy birthday to Riddell Rudy Walls. Happy birthday, Rudy. Rochelle Chase. Tia Ferguson, my granddaughter. Happy
Hey.
birthday. Tara Getman. Tara Thomas. Happy birthday, dear. And Carnell Chet Hayes. Happy birthday.
Champ. Okay, that's a personal nickname for Carnell.
Yep.
All right, and Chaveevah, I'm sure you would agree.
Oh, you didn't say
We didn't do the rest of
Oh, we gotta do the rest of my
That's
grand
right.
party. Okay.
Janet Premer, happy birthday.
Oh, you just-
Diane Bedore. Randolph
Yeah, Miss
Bryan. Mima Yolo.
Nemo Yolo, she just got me right today.
Okay.
Oh, sure did.
Mika.
Deborah Wessels Riley, happy birthday,
Hey,
everyone.
Debbie, happy birthday, BFF.
Yes.
Okay, now can I sing? I'm
Yes,
ready
indeed.
for my part.
There you go.
Okay, y'all ready?
There you go.
I'm sure you would agree
It couldn't fit more perfectly
than to have a world party.
on the day you came to be.
Happy birthday to ya.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday.
All right.
All right. Well,
Tired?
feel like some more.
We just got started. You can't get tired on me now. We got a couple more hours to go. Like,
Right, we got that Friday runway show. We're going to show some of your beautiful wall art. I don't know how in the world you got all that, but it's gorgeous. We can't wait to come back. So we want to tell our viewers to stay tuned at 6:30. We'll be back with a fashion show.
Yes.
Right?
something like that.
Okay.
You all already know what a cute fashion show is like, so.
All right, thank you for the
Well,
opportunity.
we didn't say you can go yet, Frank.
Well.
Wait a minute. We got to
Frank
do
says I'm
something.
out of
Frank
here.
says I'm out of here. Y'all partying too hard. Okay. Thank you so much.
bet.
And until next time, we want our viewers to keep doing more of what makes you awesome, like Frank, Cheyenne, and Big Q, Chaveevah.
Yes, because it makes us all look good.
That's right. See you next time.